Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So, coming out on Tuesday the 12th,
Yes.
Sutliff is putting out their second edition of Pipe Force, which is Pipe Force episode number 5, and it's labeled Captain Ryan. So let me read to you real quick about the description that Sutliff puts on. It says, hot-pressed and ready-rubbed Rustica is stoved, resulting in a smoothing of the bold leaf, but its familiar barbecue tang and floral spice are preserved, dynamically complementing the caramelized sweetness of the stoved Virginia. The Oriental Catarini takes to the Cavendish process beautifully, offering herbal, woody undertones. The result is an exotic melange with a vitality that reimagines what a stoved mixture can be. Okay, so we're talking a little bit about the new Pipe Force.
Mm-hmm.
It's as it says, all of the tobaccos in here are stoved. Stoved Rustica, stoved Catarini, and stoved Virginia. It comes in a crumble cake. There's no flavorings. The strength on this is about a medium plus, and the taste on this is about a medium to medium plus, or medium full.
Yeah.
It, like I said, it will come out September 12th, which is Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and it's a limited amount. So once it's gone forever. It'll most likely be in the $17.50 range.
Which is par for the course.
Yeah.
It's like their Birds of a Feather series and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yep.
And it comes in 50-gram tins. So, let's talk about this and see what you think. Let's talk about the tin note first. What do you think about the tin note on this?
So I will say this. I wasn't too excited about this blend because it seems more of a smokier Latakia type blend, even though there's not any. It's stoved Rustica, Virginia, and Oriental. It's a weird combination for me that I haven't really tried before. And I tried it a bit before, and I will tell you, the tin note is got a musky, earthy scent to it. Something that akins to me more of a woody kind of deep flavor. And for me, I'm wanting something like, I'm a Virginia lover. I like those, spicy, sweet, grassy type scents coming through. It causes me to salivate. This makes me think, sit back and contemplate on something with a nice scotch or a thick beer.
If I was to pair this one with a whiskey, it definitely would be a peaty scotch.
Yes, very peaty. It's got a good smokiness to it. It's not bad. It's just not something I'm going to regularly just out of the tin note. Now, I think it makes up for it, and we'll get to that.
Well, it of all the blends, I went and tried all 6 of the blends, and of all the blends, if I remember rightly, this was the darkest of them. Not only in visually, but taste and scent as well. So what I get from this,
which is quite pairing, the darkest episode is the 5th movie.
That's true.
That's the one where everything is the worst.
Empire Strikes Back.
They win.
Yeah,
they win at the end of that one.
So on this, I just get a lot of earth and wood and a little bit of grass and herbs and musty and floral and anything related to coming of the earth. It's in here in the scent.
Yeah.
Just a very light hint of that barbecue tang that they talk about. Just smell that. There's a little bit of that vinegar tang in there. Just a
little. And I think that's just a testament to the fact that they're using their Virginias into it. And their Virginias just always have that nice, tangy little vinegary type smell. But yeah, everything you're saying, I couldn't agree with you more. This is definitely their darker blend. They're more, to me, closest to an English blend out of that selection.
And almost not even an English blend.
No.
I because I don't get that Latakia flavor. I get that Rustica, to me, gives it more of a dark-fired Kentucky.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah, like a very dark Maduro cigar or something like that.
Yeah, so I get an HH dark-fired Old Kentucky or whatever that HH blend is.
Yeah, now that you mention that, that's exactly where I'm going.
That's kind of what I'm getting out of this. And now it has mellowed, the stoving process has mellowed the Rustica a bit. But still, it's got some earthiness and some mustiness and just all that that outdoor kind of feeling to it. All right, well, what do you think about the taste?
This is where I go, they did it again. they tricked me on the 10 note, because the 10 note doesn't, to me, as a lover of light flavors that are kind of grassy and sweet and salty flavors, this is a very, very, very smoky blend. But that stoved process, they've stoved everything in this blend, and it has melded those flavors to a point of just literally it feels like I'm breathing campfire, and it's tasty.
Yeah, for me, this is going to be a good fall winter blend.
And it caused me to pull out the stout,
Yeah.
And everything, because I was like, gosh, this is just our weather's starting to get below three digits now and stuff like that. We've got a cool breeze in the mornings. Yeah. So I've still got a little bit of this, and that's what I'm smoking in the mornings.
So this the taste on this is much like the 10 note to me, but with some added depth to it. There is a little bit of sweetness in the taste. There is a little bit of citrus in the taste.
That floral spice.
A little bit of the bergamot tea taste, And the tanginess comes out a little bit more. I don't get a whole lot of spiciness from this, though.
No, I get the floral hints that just kind of like, and it's not spice as much as it is just kind of that little burnout that they do at the end, where it just seems like they prick your tongue and that's it.
Yeah.
And it might be because I smoke a little heavy. We both kind of do that.
Well, it's definitely earthy.
It's
definitely herbal and floral. It's musty. It's smoky, woody. All of those that we mentioned in the 10 note is coming through on the palate with just a little bit of those extras that I kind of noticed. And I like it.
I do too.
But I don't like it in hot weather.
No, it's got its place, and its place is right there at about anywhere from 60 to 80 tops.
And maybe
that's where it's sitting.
Maybe the release of this was kind of their intent,
design,
Yeah, here it is, September. You're going to order it, and you're going to make it last.
Yep.
It's going to last through the end of fall.
Yeah, into October, where it gets nice and where you get cool winds coming through and stuff like that. Yeah, it might have been the intent, and I will say, well done, because this does seem exactly like one of those smokes where it's like,
yeah, this is a good flavor, and it's interesting. There's things that are going on that I don't get from other tobaccos. And I'm sure that the Rustica has a lot to do with that. The stoving of the Rustica. Let me tell you though, we tasted a blend with mostly stoved Catarini, which this has the stoved Catarini in it also, and it almost gave it essence of raspberry. It was really magnificent, and I think that's coming, later on this year or maybe early next year. But again, just such a different flavor profile from what they did last time. Even with the episode 4 that we first tried.
This is way different.
This is totally different. This is much deeper, darker, down to earth kind of.
It's a perfect. I think it fits perfectly within that fall winter type aspect when it comes to sit and smoke. This is something that you can enjoy after breakfast. after dinner, something like that. This is a contemplative sit and just let that. I can't say it otherwise than it's just like a dark experience. You want to smoke it when you have nothing to do but sit and just enjoy.
Yeah.
And this fits perfectly into that. And I think fall really is one of those times where the weather just
Really enhance a tobacco.
It can enhance a tobacco. And this is one of those tobaccos that will benefit well from a couple degrees going down.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, well, let's talk about the room note on this. What are you getting on the room note?
I don't know. I want to say, because of the smoke that I'm having and the tin note and everything, that the room note is a tolerable room note. But it's almost pleasant. I would say if we were smoking this in June or May.
Yeah, probably not as
so
much.
much. But because we are starting to feel the way we feel, stout beers, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that stuff is coming. It's a very pleasant room note. It reminds me of campfires.
To me, it's pleasant in an outdoorsy way.
Yeah. It makes me contemplate and think of deer leases.
Yeah.
It's time to go camping. It's time to do that stuff. And it brings me to a point of thought that makes me happy.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the room note in here is a good room note, especially if you're in cooler temperatures right now. All right. Well, what about the moisture level on this? What'd you think about that?
It's a crumble cake, so it's on the moist side.
I smoked this several times, and it is on the moist side, but I also found that if you let it dry out to where you like most of your tobaccos,
it doesn't do as well.
Well, it's not that it doesn't do as well. It burns faster, but it gets a darker kind of stronger flavor profile to it. And you lose some of those nuances like the sweetness and the citrusy that I was talking about. So my advice is to smoke it right as it is. Yeah. If you want to get all of those things almost, hitting your palate.
It's almost the difference between like a hot blend, like a hot smoky blend, versus like this now. It's more of a creamy feeling as you smoke it.
Yeah.
The smoke seems to layer in a very thick, inhale, and it just kind of sits, and it's very smooth as it comes in and out, with it being a little bit moist. And I think that's perfect for it.
Yeah. So, you could try it all the different ways you want, but I find it the best just straight out of the tin. Rub it out and smoke it like that. Nicotine. What do you think about that?
This is fair. It's about a medium. I think it will satisfy the itch, depending on which itch you're trying to go for.
Yeah, this is a medium to medium plus for sure. And I think a lot of that comes from the Rustica.
Yep.
Yep. That's naturally a higher level of nicotine content.
Leaf, yeah.
Okay, so, like I said, all of these are stoved. This blend was developed by Per Jensen, who's the head blender for McBaron, which owns Sutliff. And so, that's a collaboration within them. This one is going to be a great fall smoke. You're going to need, like I said, you're going to need to jump online pretty quickly to make sure that you get some of this, because it is a limited run.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts about this, and how do you compare it to the last one?
Well, so the last one I feel was more of I think you could have smoked that one more frequently. I think the season didn't matter as much with that one. What was going on in your world, that was more of a consistent, all day, every day, could be smoke if you liked it.
Yeah.
This one I feel is more situational, but at the same time, to me, it adds that level of complexity to it that makes it go, this is a smoke you get, you buy, you store, and you hold. just for the times when it reaches its peak. And the only times it does is really when it hits fall and winter.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be a good smoke to have in the 106, 110 degree weather in the middle of summer.
Well, there are some crazy people out there. That
Well,
might,
yeah,
that might,
yeah.
That
But
might
this-
do that. But yeah, for
It reaches,
most.
to me, it reaches its absolute peak when it's a good fall day, nice breeze, and you can just smoke it. To me, when it compares to the other one, right now, this one is beating the other one.
Oh yeah, really?
Yes, right now. If we smoked, when I smoked this earlier this year, when we tried it and did all that stuff, and we had the blends, it wasn't for me.
Interesting.
It wasn't something that I was going to, and I frequently trying it now that we haven't had a day over 100, and it's been a wonderful weather day. No, I'm really enjoying it with a good stout, and
Well, you
What
know,
about you?
I think this is definitely one that you're going to want to at least pick up a couple of tins and try.
Yeah, yeah.
And try it at different times of the year.
Yeah,
See what
yeah.
it does for you. I've smoked it in a briar, in a meerschaum, in a cob.
yep, I've smoked it in a cob and a briar.
Yeah, and it smokes well in all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's good things going on with all of these. Good job, Sutliff.
Mm-hmm.
All
All right,
right.
clay. I've smoked it in the clay too.
Yeah, you know, I know everybody says I should do tastings with a clay pipe. You get the truest flavors from the tobaccos in a clay, but I just don't enjoy it.
Really?
I don't enjoy.
It's too hot.
Two things. The clay pipe gets very hot the way I smoke, and I don't like the way that the clay
They're
adheres.
reversed.
It adheres to my lips. It sticks to my lips.
Pro tip: you got a clay pipe, chapstick. It's a beeswax based product that you can put around the tips, put it on your tongue. After a while of keep doing it, the heat will adhere the wax inside of the chapstick to the bit of the mouthpiece without obstructing anything, and it will eliminate the stickiness.
Yeah, but are there any chapsticks that are flavorless?
Yep, Blistex medicated,
That's got camphor in it.
but it's unflavored.
I don't know.
It's a natural one. I use it every time I get a clay pipe. I will do that.
How about
Do it
just
on
Burt's
lips.
beeswax or something?
Burt's beeswax is another one that does it too. Just beeswax, period. There are some guys who just use beeswax. They'll put a pipe cleaner inside of the tube, and then they'll dip it, and then they'll let it dry.
Oh, that's cool.
And that's what they do. That's what they used to do. You know, the old, gosh, it used to be an old German clay thing. We're going to do an episode on clay pipes now because I've got so much information about clay pipes, and the best way to smoke them, to me, you've got to put that protective coating.
Well, that's
on
one of the
your mouth.
reasons why I don't smoke them.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Well, that's all we got for you today. This is one I think you should go try. Comes out Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So jump on the internet and get yourself some of these. I think you'll be happy.
Yeah,
that
this is worth it, guys.
Yeah. All right. Well, don't forget that we're coming up to our tobacco tasters, and we're doing Watch City's Rhythm and Blues. So make sure that you get your sample of that.
Yep.
That's on the 25th of September. But until then,
Don't forget, make all your piping moments count.
we'll
guys.
see you next time. Have a great week.
See ya.
Bye-bye.